Hello, welcome.
Oh, power to the people. Right to live is right.
What is Facebook? If you ask a lot of different people, you will get a lot of different answers. I mean, a lot of people will tell you the standard, obvious things. It's a social media network. It does blah, 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 blah. But a lot of people will also tell you it's kind of hard to explain what it is to a person that doesn't already know. And then they will encourage you to just get on it. You just got to get on the Facebook and just you'll see what it is. And those people, my friend, will be wrong. You do not get to understand what Facebook is. Maybe the programmers who work on Facebook have some inkling of what Facebook is, but by and large, nobody knows what Facebook is, and the longer you use it, the more distorted a view you have of what it actually is. A whole lot has been made, even in the mainstream media, about how Facebook is like an echo chamber and how social media generally has a strong confirmation bias. So when you come across information that you already are inclined to believe, you just believe it. And when you see information that you're inclined to reject, you just reject it. And all these social media networks, they just sort of like select and cherry pick the things that you like based on what you liked in the past. And so they just feed you more and more of what they already think you're going to like. And all of a sudden, all your friends that agree with you are all your friends that you see all the time on the social media. And all your friends that you sort of meh, then you sort of see them once in a while. And all your friends that you're inclined to disagree with, you unfriend them anyway. So, I mean, whatever. But that's not what this video is about. No, this video is about what Facebook is. What is it? And I'm telling you that Facebook is a very, very customized, individualized thing. And it is a different thing for everybody that uses it. To help you understand what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to use the grid. Okay, so here's a grid. I know we hate grids. I'm sorry. But this grid is not going to be a very complicated, difficult grid at all. We're going to have grid, and across the bottom here, we are going to have how many friends do you have on Facebook? Do you have just a handful? Do you have thousands? Where are you on the Facebook grid? I think it allows you to have, I think you max out at 5,000 connections, and then they're like, yeah, you whatever, that's not your friend. Okay, and then on the up and down, all right, we are going to label that. How often do you check your Facebook feed? Not how often do you look at your phone or how often do you, but just like how often do you scroll the feed thing there? Okay, because that for most people is what they view as Facebook. As like just, Facebook, it connects me to my friends. It lets me know my friends and my family or what they're doing. Sorta. If you are here on the grid and you just joined a month ago, you got 20 people you thought you would look up on Facebook, and 15 of them said, yeah, let's be friends. So you got 15 friends, and you go on the Facebook, you're interested in it, it seems new and interesting and great, and so you check your Facebook feed daily, 3 times a day, something like that. Okay, you will get to see pretty much everything that goes on in the lives of 15 people that you're interested in. That's one Facebook experience. You, over time, you'll add some friends, you'll waver in how often you check your Facebook feed, but over time, you will get to think, this is what Facebook is, this is what Facebook is like. But it's just your Facebook. If you are over here and you have 1,000 people that you've met through your lifetime, and let's say you don't have a ton of time for Facebook. Let's say you can check it, twice a week at best, and that's pushing it. You will see such a tiny selection of what's going on in your network of people. you just see just to scratch the surface, tiny, teeny, tiny glimpse. But while that will be your personalized experience of Facebook, other people will have other Facebooks that they have in their mind as Facebook, and they're seeing, like they're somewhere in the middle here, and they think that Facebook, just tells you all about what's happening with all your friends, and they're like, well, how come this person is my friend, but they don't ever see anything? And it's because they don't ever see anything. Didn't know what happened, don't have a clue, they're not ignoring you, they just don't know. Again, if you're over here, Facebook is just waiting for your friends to post something that it can feed to you. It's showing you things 2, 3, 4 times that they've posted, no matter what it is, just because they need some information to put in your newsfeed. Over here, it's only going to take the people who post all day, the people who post lots of contentious things and get lots of people engaged. That's mostly all it's going to show you. The people who have really, really long discussions about their food. Facebook has a little pull down thing where you can, like, I don't want to see this person's post for like 30 days, and you'll have to use that on a lot of people if you want any chance at all of like just seeing what your regular friends are doing sometimes a little bit. So now we already have Facebook's tendency to just protect you from opinions you don't like and just feed you more of what you do like. We have the fact that Facebook is sort of like a uneven-handed experience for different people, but people don't realize that other people's Facebook is not their Facebook, and that every individualized Facebook is just so vastly different. Now add to that the fact that Facebook is just designed to keep you on Facebook. It's like once upon a time it would prioritize like events and show you what's going on local to you, and then they sort of backpaged that, and heretofore they were just replacing it with things that would make you spend more and more and more time on Facebook. Like I was talking before about the power users that like really know how to do the Facebook and get a whole lot of engagement. And some people are like, wow, why are those people like that? And it's like, because Facebook makes you have to be like that if you want to like have anybody hear you. Now, as I record this video, it's 2020, and Facebook is rolling out like a whole new clean design kind of thing. And if you direct your attention up to the top of it and look at those new icons, those new shiny little things that have like the red circles that pull your eyes into them and all that stuff, one of them new jobbers up there is the Facebook Marketplace. Which, as they, before they even emphasized it, when it was just, the Facebook Marketplace, it was already like taking out Craigslist, and like now you can get local things to you and all that. But like it looks like they're gearing up to like, I don't know, take on Amazon. And if you look at the other icon in the middle, it's like the new Facebook Watch, because they're apparently not content to have people leaving Facebook platform to go watch the people that they don't know, that aren't in your network, aren't in your family, just like going over to YouTube and watching these very engaging people making videos. So instead they have the new Facebook Watch, where you can watch people that you don't know and have like no relation to or anything right there on Facebook. You don't have to leave. You don't ever have to leave Facebook. You don't have to leave. You can just stay and spend all of your time on Facebook always. Which brings me to the very last point that I'm going to make, because I'm almost done here. There's speculation, stories floating around about how, like, the Russian government or whomever, foreign agents that are outside of the United States of America are using Facebook to influence the inside of the United States of America and post really contentious things, like sort of just like back and forth, just getting the United States of America citizen folks to be at each other's throats. Who knows? That's right or wrong or happening or not happening or whatever. It certainly seems consistent with like the behavior that I observe on Facebook, where seemingly rational adult human beings have weird, crazy fights over things that you can't tell that they're fighting about. Like, I mean, like you think that they agree, but they're like, I agree. Well, I agree more. I agree with you. Oh no, you don't. Oh, and you have to be like, phew, walk away, because Facebook it doesn't relay any eye contact, and it doesn't have the quality of the human voice in it, and you can't really always get the meaning of people, and sometimes people are unclear, and people are more and more rushed, and we already got plenty to be anxious about without Facebook twisting screws, but here we are. So I think, and maybe I'm a conspiracy nut, that's certainly possible, but I think that, like, just that people who are in power and love having that power and love to keep the status quo of power just sort of, figure out how many people they have to pick off. Who do we have to have in prison? Who do we have to send over to foreign wars? Who do we have to, suck into their computers and just keep them in the house? Who needs to be on Hulu? Who needs to be watching video games? Even still, like, there are a lot of people that are mad on the streets, even in the face of a huge pandemic virus. But still, they just, like, they pick off just enough to maintain their power. And if humanity is to have any hope of survive and thrive and have a beautiful, vibrant world for our future generations, we are either going to have to disentangle from Facebook somewhat or transform Facebook somehow. My name is Alex. This is All Power to the People. Peace.